come with you, but let's bring in Matt Dronfield now, Managing Director of Debt-Free Advice. Matt, thank you very much for joining us. With clearly a lot of people doing their sums at the moment just before Christmas thinking, ouch, more pain.
Absolutely. For so many working families right now, this really is the nightmare before Christmas. Our free advice service helps over 20,000 people a year with free and impartial advice. The number one reason people come to us is rent arrears. It's now at 51% of the customers come to us. That's up from 46% last year. Secondly, it's council tax arrears and then credit card debts as well. Those three things make up more than 2/3 of the customers that come to us. And these interest rate rises are even going to affect people with variable rate mortgages or people that are renting. Their landlords are going to put up their rents fairly shortly after this announcement today as well. People that are struggling, they're already working 2 or 3 jobs, more than 60 hours a week to make ends meet. They're going to be putting Christmas on the credit card, right? So as I said, for so many working families right now, this really is a nightmare before Christmas. This is on top of what we've already seen this year with inflation at kind of record levels for many years. The number of inquiries coming through to our service is up 300% year on year. So many people are struggling, are going to need somewhere like Debt-Free Advice to turn for that free support.
Right. However, the problem being that this is the only weapon that the Bank of England has got, and the government, of course, in terms of monetary policy, to actually bear down on inflation. And clearly, it may be that people have got to try and survive as long as they can until things get better in the spring and next summer.
That might be the case, but that doesn't help people that can't turn on their heating or feed their families and put dinner on the table, right? And that's the story we're hearing from so many people. And maybe a few years ago, it was the people we were supporting were needing help getting into work, and that was the reason why they were struggling financially. But it's not anymore. We are seeing people that are nurses, teachers, supermarket workers, those people that we stood in our streets and applauded during COVID that now can't feed their families and keep their families warm. That's what we're saying. And we can't just advise customers to get a second job. They're already doing 3 jobs, right? This is, as I said, this is a nightmare before Christmas for so many people that are working round the clock to help people in their time of need.
Yeah. As you say, I mean, many of the nurses on the picket line saying they're having to use food banks at the moment. So, I mean, given all that, what is the advice that you can give? I mean, do you go to your building society or your bank and just ask for a little bit more leeway?
So with anything, the first bit of advice would give is speak to your lending providers. The people that you're in arrears to, be it your utility bills, your landlord, speak to them and let them know what situation you're in, because the earlier you do that, the more likelihood is there'll be leeway for that. The second thing, and a glimmer of hope, there are free advice services like ours out there. We're open 8 till 8, 7 days a week. So even if you're working during the working week, you can help us. And our agents are ready to support you now. The free phone number is 0800 808 5700, and as I said, 7 days a week we're here to help you. Lots of other support out there as well available, like the Money and Pension Service.
We'll see if we can get that number onto our website for people so they've got a line to be able to get through and get some advice. But Matt, for the moment, thank you very much indeed for that. Let's just update you with a bit of detail we're getting from the Bank of England. Of the 9-strong Monetary Policy Committee, 6 actually voted to raise the base rate by 0.5%. 2 of them actually voted in favour of holding rates at 3%, while only 1 wanted to go for a firmer 0.75% increase. So there's still a little bit of unease. What about the government? Well, the Chancellor